All right, hey everybody, it's Captain Adonis. We are going to do something completely different now. We've shown you quite a bit of the scenery in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, about the only thing that's come out good. We are going to start doing a career mode. I found a program. It's called OnAir Flight Manager, OnAir something. Anyway, here it is. Basically, it's a virtual company that you play at the same time you're playing your flight simulator, and it actually pulls information from the game. So we are going to use where I live and our airport that we use frequently, and that's the Three Forks, Montana airport. We are doing a tutorial right now, and it's a tutorial to go from Three Forks to West Yellowstone, which is about I guess west from where we live is about an hour and a half drive. So it's about an hour flight over some beautiful mountains to get there. So we're going right here, this KCOD, so we're going to go right up over these mountains, which is in fact a beautiful mountain range. So without further ado, we are just going to go back to our airplane and start off. Now, what this does by this tutorial, hey Zan, what this does with this tutorial is it gives me another...
Your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
$7,500, and it gives me this airplane, which is the Cessna, I believe, 172. So I guess I took off.
Airborne time locked.
Alright, so the warning and stuff we're getting is actually from the program. And we are going to just put her on autopilot and nav. Alright, let's disengage autopilot for a second here while I figure out what's going on.
Stall.
Yeah, well, it's not stalling. I don't know why it wants to dip down. Oh, that's because my trim is like way out of balance. There we go. Alright, let's get on course here a little bit. And Bob is with us too. Alright. We're still drifting down.
500.
There we go. Now we're drifting up. Just don't want to stall.
Boise approach, Captain Tango, Uniform Tango Oscar is type Cessna Skyhawk 2 miles south of Niner Sierra 5.
Well, this
Request
one's really
flight
touchy to trim out.
Captain Tango, Uniform Tango Oscar, Boise approach. Squawk 7741. Squawk 7741, Captain Tango, Uniform Tango Oscar. Captain Tango, Uniform Tango
You're back to work, huh? Well, that's awesome. Gotta go pick up the kitties, huh?
Copy, Captain Tango, Uniform Tango Oscar.
Okay, it's still trimmed down quite a bit. Alright, there we're trimmed up a little. We're gaining altitude.
Boise
We're
approach,
roughly
executive
heading in the right
330 is out
direction.
of 15,200 feet for 10,000 feet. Executive 330, Boise approach, continue.
All right. So anyway, what I was
Altimeter 29 decimal 81.
oh, just training. Okay.
Executive
Well,
330 descent and
you're still getting paid for it.
11,000 feet.
all right. So let's go back in now. Let's see. Are we still going up?
Descent
Yes,
and
okay.
maintain 11,000 feet, executive 330.
All right. So let's see. Turn navigation mode on, and then autopilot, and we're dropping. Okay. So what is going on? Autopilot's off again. And get back on course.
Horizon Air 2010, please expedite your descent to 9,000 feet.
All right. Now let's start with altitude. Altitude hold mode is on. And I want vertical speed. Had it in a dive, so let's go to a climb. Why is she still diving? Alright, I want 9,000 feet. Close enough.
Horizon Air 2010, traffic is 6 o'clock, 4 miles at 12,400 feet generic. Report them in sight. Executive 330, traffic is 10 o'clock, 4 miles at 9,900 feet generic. Report them in sight. Executive 330, please expedite your descent to 11,000 feet. Horizon Air 2010 has the traffic. Executive 330 have the traffic.
Alright, so something's not right with this stupid autopilot. Altitude hold on. Okay. Why is it diving? Okay, it's bringing us back on course. That's fine. All right.
Executive 330, contact Salt Lake Center on 132.4.
All right, now it's bringing us up to altitude.
Going
Should
to
level us off at
132.4, executive 330.
There we go. So I wasn't increasing my nose up or nose down. So there we go. All right, now she's on course and she's going to go to altitude. All right. So let's go back and look at the OnAir Manager. This is the Career Manager. So what this Career Manager does is it gives me jobs, gives me stuff to do. I based my airport out of Three Forks, Montana, which is just down the road from us, where Jerry and I live. And basically what it does, it gives us, see how it tracks our flight during the game. So we are heading towards this airport right here, KCOD, which is West Yellowstone International Airport. Well, it's not really international, but our West Yellowstone Airport. So, it's going to track our progress in the game, which is really cool. And then, now what's it doing?
Stall.
Descend and maintain 8,200 feet, Horizon Air 2010.
Stall.
Well, it's stalling, but why? I mean, I understand it wants to get to 8,500. Going up way too fast, so let's...
Boise approach, Exojet 760 is out of 13,500 feet for
Jesus, come on.
6,500 feet. Exojet 760, Boise approach, continue as planned. Altimeter 29.82. Horizon Air 2010, please expedite your descent to 8,200 feet. Exojet 760, contact.
Oh, that's because my trim is set way up again. There we go. Why it's messing with the trim, I have no idea. See, and there it goes, messing with the trim again.
Horizon Air 2010, descent and maintain 7,500 feet. Descend and maintain 7,500
All right,
feet.
we're on
Horizon
course.
Air 2010. Boise approach, Exojet 760
Trim is set. Sorry guys, I left you on the wrong screen.
Exojet 760, Boise approach, continue as planned.
So,
Altimeter 29.82.
it kept running my trim over here
Horizon Air
all the way up.
2010, descend and maintain 6,900 feet.
Alright, so I'm going steadily to 8,600. I'm on course.
Descend and maintain 6,900 feet, Horizon Air 2010. Horizon Air 2010, descend and maintain 6,500 feet.
So let's just leave it alone. What's up, Mahula? Yeah.
Skywest 3852, please expedite your descent to 6,500
So
feet.
anyway, let me go back to explaining what this OnAir does. It tracks my progress
Descend and maintain 6,500 feet,
course of the
Horizon Air
game, so now it gives
2010.
me stuff to do. So I'm doing the tutorial because the tutorial will actually give me a plane this one to start my airport with, and another $7,500 on top of that. I believe
Horizon Air
$70,000.
2010 airport is at your 10 o'clock.
And then you start taking jobs like
Maintain
passengers
present heading and altitude, report
and
runway
you
in
fly to various areas around where you're at for money. And then you can hire, eventually you can higher.
Maintain present heading and altitude, Horizon Air 2010. Horizon Air
You can hire
2010
mechanics, you can
has the
hire
runway
flight
in sight.
attendants, other pilots have
Horizon Air
an plane,
2010, you
do
are
some
9 miles
virtual
southeast of Bozeman.
flights. So yeah,
Maintain present heading and altitude. Contact Bozeman Tower on 118.2.
so is that better for my voice volume?
Skywest 3852
I get this
traffic
mic,
is 9
yeah, I
o'clock,
know
4 miles at 11,100
engine noises
feet
are
generic.
rather loud.
Report them in sight.
I don't know if I can turn those down
Boise approach.
in flight. Let's see, general sound, voices, let's drop that down. Aircraft miscellaneous. I think the rest of them I should leave. Boom, yeah.
Execute 33010,000.
Alright. So hopefully that'll be better.
Exojet 760 airport is at your 1 o'clock 12 miles. Maintain present heading and altitude. Report runway in sight.
So it's a pretty cool program I found. It's a free program for 7 days, and you got to pay like depending on how many months you buy at a time, which I think I get Jerry hooked into this because it gives us something to fly instead of just going around and looking at you know, stuff to do. It gives us jobs, which I thought would be pretty cool. So what I need to do is get 2 planes though. So I figured, okay, I'll do the tutorial.
Traffic in sight. Maintain present heading and altitude, Exojet 760. Exojet 760 traffic is 11 o'clock 2 miles at 8,500 feet. Set the Skylock. Report them in sight.
Yeah, there's
Captain Tango, Uniform Tango, Oscar, traffic alert. 2 o'clock less than 1 mile.
there was the traffic right there,
Report them in sight.
and that's real-time airplane traffic. So that just flew right over my head.
You are 6 miles south of Bozeman. Turn right heading 355.
That's actual flight coming in.
Tower on 118.2.
Captain Tango, Uniform Tango, Oscar, have the traffic.
So rather busy day.
Descend and maintain 7,500 feet. Execute 330. Execute 330. Descend and maintain 6,600 feet. Turn right heading 355. Tower on 118.2. Exojet 760.
Yeah, so what it does is you can get jobs like delivering packages or delivering people, you know, passengers in your plane, and then you get paid for it. And then you know, you can buy a better plane.
Uniform Tango Oscar traffic is 8 o'clock 4 miles at 8,000 feet generic. Report them in sight.
Captain Tango, Uniform Tango, Oscar, have the generic in sight.
Yeah, I have the generic in sight. It's at the same.
6,500 feet. Execute 330. Execute 330. I have the runway in sight. Execute 330. You are 9 miles southeast of Bozeman. Maintain present heading and altitude. Contact Bozeman.
That's what they're talking about, is that EJA. Yeah, there's quite a few flights coming into Bozeman today. So I think at 8,600, I think I'm high enough. But I'm going to go up. I'm not high enough. So we're going to go up a little higher here. We're going to go up to 10.6. And we'll climb here to 10,600 to get over these mountains. Should be enough to get me there. Later, Zan. Have fun. Don't run into anything. Probably don't even need to go that high. We'll go to 9.6.
Boise approach, Exojet 760 is missed approach at Bozeman. Exojet 760, you are 1 mile southeast. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect vectors, visual runway.
So this is what our mountain ranges look like here in Montana. They're pretty.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect vectors, visual runway 30 approach, Exojet 760.
Kind of fly right over these to, we're flying into West Yellowstone, where the entrance to the West Yellowstone National Park is going to be, and I'm delivering cargo. So if you look at our manifest here, it says right here, tutorial cargo being delivered 105 pounds, because that's the other thing. You got to have enough fuel, you got to be able to carry the cargo, and then you see it tracks the progress as we're coming from here to there. So we just need to get over these mountains and then down into here. You could go around, that's a lot longer flight, but we're going to go up and over these. And I think 9,500 is enough, but we'll find out.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect vectors, visual runway 30 approach, Executive 330. Exojet 760 have the generic insight.
Yeah, really? That's what you envision hearing for Zan flying? Bob, when are you buying this game? I know Mahula said he was going to wait till it comes on sale.
Exojet 760 climb and maintain 9,500 feet. Climb and maintain 9,500 feet, Exojet 760.
Let's see. Let's go back in. Oh, nice. Ah, cool. All right, yeah, it's on the Game Pass. All right, let's go up another. Let's go up to 10.5. Just because we're going to be skimming the tops if we don't. Coming over this range, and I can already start to see the air make a difference on the on the wings. You can see it kind of bouncing around there.
Executive 330 climb and maintain 8,300 feet. Climb and maintain 8,300 feet, Executive 330.
Let's go up another 1,000. I mean, I should know the peaks of these mountain ranges, but hey, should be going over it pretty easy. Well, I mean, uh-oh.
Exojet 760, you are 500 feet above your assigned
Uh-oh,
altitude.
uh-oh, uh-oh,
Descend
uh-oh.
and maintain 9,000.
I think I just ran out of fuel.
Altimeter 29.84.
Are we serious? You're witnessing the death of the captain.
Contact Salt Lake Center on 132.4.
Stall. Stall. Stall.
We ran out of
Stall.
fuel.
Captain Tango Uniform Tango Oscar contact Salt Lake Center on 132.4.
Stall. Stall.
Going to 132.4 Captain Tango Uniform Tango Oscar.
Stall.
Salt Lake Center Captain Tango Uniform Tango Oscar 9,400 feet.
Captain Tango Uniform Tango Oscar Salt Lake Center continue as planned. Altimeter 29.84.
Yeah, I would, but
Salt Lake Center Exojet 760.
come on, shut the hell up. I gotta find an airport.
Exojet 760
I'm
Salt
dead
Lake Center
sticking.
continue as planned. Altimeter 29.84. Captain Tango Uniform Tango
Oh,
Oscar
Jesus.
contact Salt Lake approach on 119.55.
Going to 119.55 Captain Tango Uniform Tango Oscar. Salt Lake approach Captain Tango Uniform Tango
This
Oscar.
looks like all
8,700
trees
feet.
down here.
Captain Tango Uniform Tango Oscar Salt Lake approach continue as planned. Altimeter 29.84.
Mike Tango 48 traffic Captain Tango Uniform
10
Tango
miles?
Oscar,
Yeah, I'm
10
not making
miles
10 miles.
northwest, 8,000 feet inbound to land runway tree.
Alright, so this tutorial may be coming to a quick end. I don't even see a place I can land. That is even safe to land at. See, and I was wondering, the tutorial is one that didn't give me enough fuel. I don't like the way it's got me skewed from behind.
500.
Yeah, I'm not going to make that, so we'll try this one over here. I'm going to try to land in a field. Here we go. This field looks pretty good here. Actually, this one looks better. Well, yes and no.
Landing time logged. Landed at Mike Tango 48, flying Y Ranch. Engine off time logged. End of flight, registered in OnAir Company.
Okay, it didn't deliver the cargo though. So I don't know what the hell it's going to do now. An error has occurred. Send report. I don't think an error occurred. I think it ran out of fuel. All right, so we're going to go inside the cockpit and see if I can't get the engine restarted. Alright, so I think it's switched over. Let's see, how much fuel do I have? Available fuel in gallons, 0. So that doesn't make sense. It actually was the one that I couldn't buy more fuel. So we are going to have to just abandon this run, go back to the game here, Alright, it's starting me back at Three Forks again. Let's go in to prepare the flight. Alright, so let's buy some more fuel now. We've got the tutorial cargo. Alright. There's a KCOD. There we go. We're taking off from there. We're in the right one. Okay. Cargo's loaded, fuel's loaded now. Oh, select the designated airport, KCOD. And now we go to start the tracked flight. All right. All right, everything's in the green location. Will give it to me as soon as I start up. There we go. All right. So we're going to try this again. So this time I have enough fuel. So apparently I had to pick the amount of fuel. That went into it. And I don't remember that screen coming up.
Traffic, Captain Tango, Uniform Tango, Oscar, taking off runway 21 East departure.
So, all right, let's try this again.
Your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
Yeah, my engine's shut down.
Airborne time logged.
Okay, now we're going to set altitude at 11,000. God damn it. Fucking flaps are... My trim is already set all the way down again. There we go. I don't know why it does that. Should be dropping. But
Noisy approach, Captain Tango, Uniform Tango, Oscar, is time Cessna Skyhawk 3 miles southeast of Niner Sierra 5.
Now it's starting.
Request flight following.
Alright.
Captain Tango, Uniform Tango, Oscar, Boise approach. Squawk 6173.
Squawk 6173, Captain Tango, Uniform Tango, Oscar.
Captain Tango, Uniform Tango, Oscar, radar contact 4 miles southeast of Niner Sierra 5, 5,000 feet. Altimeter 29.92.
Copy, Captain Tango, Uniform Tango, Oscar.
get us on course. Set us to 10,000 feet. There we go, settling in on course. Good rate of climb there. Oh, that's coming from, I've got groove music turned on. Is that too loud? Because I can definitely turn it down. All right. So now going up to 10,000 feet. And still got 64, 65 knots. So should be good. All right. Let's get rid of flaps. That'll give us a little more speed. Heading up to 10,000 and still got plenty of speed, so I don't stall. And I have plenty of fuel now. Fuel level. That was kind of fun and interesting, though. All right, let's make sure that we're still being tracked. Yes, we are. All right. Should be good there. This is the valley we live in. It's farmland. And we're on our way to West Yellowstone, the city of, the town, city, whatever you want to call it. And hopefully this time we won't run out of gas. Because like I said, the first time, before I actually logged into the game and did this, it didn't send me to that screen. It sent me right to the flight director screen, which is what you're seeing, the tracking screen. So I didn't get to purchase fuel. But that was kind of fun. I landed in the middle of the wilderness. Would you go flying with me? Absolutely you would. I don't know if you would or not. Because those are the kind of things, fuel, oil, the kind of things you should check out before you take off. Right? But this is the part that, how does Jerry put it? Fun is taking off, and the knuckle biting is the landing, and in between is just enjoying the scenery. So, now what's really cool, I guess, about this this new virtual managers game, so it's a virtual airplane manager game, is it plays separately, but it integrates with the flight sim. So if it it says they have to deliver perishables to your airport, and it takes 2 hours to get there, you have to wait 2 hours in real time for it to get there. So you need to take something else that will, in between that time when it shows up and when you get your other goods, you have something to do. Now, a lot of the goods are delivered almost immediately. I tried this last night, and the perishables are the only ones that didn't show up, because you can take multiple jobs to the same airport, which is the smart way to do it.
Boise departure, generic November 826.
And that way, when you land, you drop off all your cargo and make a bunch of money. And I wanted to do it in the area that I'm familiar with, rather than doing it like in Adak, Alaska or something, Plus, I'm going to do a lot of short hops, because we got a lot of little towns around the area that have little airports. So that'll be a lot more fun, because a lot of them I've flown over or flown to being with Jerry, so it'll be fun. So I figured this is going to be my new series. Is the career mode. We'll just keep flying, and hopefully, and what's really cool is if you guys get involved and you want to do that, then we buy a plane for you guys, or you don't have to buy them, you can rent them, and then you guys have to fly missions, delivering cargo and passengers and that kind of stuff in the same airline. Adonis Airways. I think that's what I called it. Pretty sure I did. Can I go to my company during this? No. You cannot access this page during the tutorial. Yeah, I didn't think so. But anyway, I think I called it Adonis Airways. It's based out of Three Forks. So, going to the old 9S5 airport. We're going to the KCOD airport, which is about a 100-mile journey, I think. 119 nautical miles, bearing 125, right there, see? So, I'm almost at 10,000 feet. I think that was the altitude I had set. Yep, 10,000. So I can get over those mountains. Let's see, the length of the runway is 8268, and it's at an elevation of 5,076. We took off from our airport. Our airport, I believe, was like 4650 something. So, this is a little higher elevation when we land, but not a lot. Let's go back. There's not much you can really see there. We'll go back to the view. But I think it's really cool that, you can it gives you something to do with Microsoft Flight Simulator, because once you've done all the sightseeing, you've been to the pyramids, you've been to Tokyo, you've been to all those other parts. I mean, what's the point? What should you do? And this is a game inside of a game, which I think is pretty cool. The really cool thing is it's not like it's a real game, because you can't get up and go get a breakfast beer or a soda, or hell, maybe I should have one of these Malibu Splash pineapple and coconut. They're really, really good. But I think I'm going to have a Mountain Dew. And as long as the plane's flying on autopilot, you can do all sorts of stuff. You can reach down and pet your dog, and get a soda, get some chips if you want. So yeah, once you guys get this game and get comfortable flying and all that, you after you've done your sightseeing things, I mean, trust me, I know, because that's one of the first things I wanted to do, is go see this, that, and the other thing. You know, fly down Park Avenue in New York City, you know. Once you've done all those things, and you're like, okay, now what do? You can join Adonis Airways. Now, this is a paid subscription program, but it's not really that expensive. It's like, if you pay for 6 months, it's like $5 a month. So, big deal. I pay more for that in, you know, subscriptions to Netflix and so on. There we go, we're at 10,000 feet now. So the rule of thumb, which I didn't know this in aviation, is if you're heading easterly, you fly at an even elevation, like 8,000, 9,000, 10,000 feet. If you're flying westerly, you fly at 9,500, 8,500. 10,500, so we're flying more east than west, so that's why I'm flying at 10,000. Now, in the game, who cares, but that's real world. Which I thought was really cool, because that puts you 500 feet from any other traffic if they're doing the same thing.
Boise approach executive 539er is at 10,700 feet, descending 6,800 feet.
Did they give me
Executive 539er Boise approach continue to the
2992 was my altimeter. I should probably go set that. I gotta find it. So one thing about these is like all the cockpits are different. Alright, I'm at 2992 right there. And then there should be, oh no, it's just the one. Really, just the one altimeter? No, there's another one. Alright, so this one's even harder. This is the one like it's in Jerry's plane. So this is your altimeter knob, but you read it over here. This little tiny bar right there. It's like, oh yeah? Well, how are you supposed to read that? You can't. I mean, when I change it, I mean, it does change the altitude, but you can't read that number. And I'm even zoomed in. So it's a good thing that it has the numbers right there when you turn the dial. Alright. And I think 10,000 feet's high enough to get over those mountains.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet, generic 6 Lima Juliet.
Of course, I don't know. We may have to go up a little higher. I think I'm going to go up a little higher while we're here. I'm just going to go ahead and increase our altitude. We'll go to 12,000 feet. So we want vertical speed. And we want to nose up. And I like to put the purple closer to 5, not right at 5. That's like 500 feet per minute we climb. Because you don't want to climb too fast, because the more you climb, the more your airspeed drops, and then you get down into that stall range again. So.
Climb and maintain 8,300 feet, executive 539er.
Alright, we should probably let ATC know what we're doing.
Descend and maintain 8,000 feet.
Cancel, I don't have one, so I don't have an announce, so no biggie.
Descend and maintain 8,000 feet, executive 539er. Executive 539er, you are 11 miles northwest of Bozeman. Contact Bozeman Tower on 118.2 when inbound.
It's funny, this OnAir Manager doesn't have the Bozeman Airport, because that's what I was originally going to fly out of, but it doesn't have Bozeman. It has Three Forks, which is just a little tiny shit show runway, and Bozeman's an international airport. But I looked, and it's actually the game itself, OnAir Manager, that doesn't have the airport. So not a big deal that it doesn't have it, as long as we have an airport close. And I would say, well, maybe it's because it's a Class B, a commercial airport, but no, that's not it, because there are other commercial airports you can fly in and out of. So, all right, now we're getting back to about where we ran out of fuel before. Not quite at altitude yet. We're still about 800 feet down. We're almost to the altitude, and I think we're good enough to clear the mountains there. There's a lake down below. I'm trying to think what that is. Huh. I do not know. Flip over this map. Let's see if it'll tell me. So that's right above it. Oh, that's Mystic Lake. Okay. Yeah, you can only hike to get in there. It's a beautiful trail if you ever want to go to it.
Stall.
And obviously you can see it's a beautiful...
Stall.
Oh God, now what? I thought I was only supposed to go to 11,000. Alright, fine. What's going on? Autopilot. Probably the goddamn... Yeah, what is up with the trim? It automatically does trim. I guess it's kind of nice, because it's giving me... Alright, so let's go autopilot again, nav, and it takes me...
Descend and maintain 8,300 feet, SkyWest 5567.
Why is it taking me up? I don't want to get that extra 200 feet. It's fighting me on my trim. Oh, I guess I should switch it back over so you can see what the hell is going on. Alright, now we're starting to level out. Alright, still on course. Starting to level out. I don't know why. I must have a key binding that is the same as...
Captain Tango, Uniform Tango, Oscar, contact Salt Lake Center on 132.4.
Yeah.
SkyWest 5567, descend and maintain 8,000 feet.
132.4 for Captain Tango, Uniform Tango, Oscar. Salt Lake Center, Captain Tango, Uniform Tango, Oscar, 12,000 feet.
Captain Tango, Uniform Tango, Oscar, Salt Lake Center, continue as planned. Altimeter
I got plenty of fuel.
Generic 4 Alpha Romeo, descend and maintain 9,900 feet. Salt Lake Center, SkyWest 5567 is at 10,900 feet, descending 8,000 feet. SkyWest 5567.
I'll leave that up. That's all the other traffic that's around there.
Altimeter 29.92. Captain
don't
Tango,
think...
Uniform Tango, Oscar, contact Salt Lake approach on 119.55.
119.55 for Captain Tango, Uniform Tango, Oscar. Salt Lake approach Captain Tango Uniform Tango Oscar 12,000 feet.
Captain Tango Uniform Tango Oscar, Salt Lake approach.
I do have to go
continue
over
as
that
planned.
range.
Altimeter 29
This is that
decimal
valley.
92.
And I gotta go over the Gallatin to get there. Huh. Alright. Well, I'm at 12,000. I think that's high enough to go over all. We'll find out. We'll find out. Watching it from control. Now, what do you mean by that? Oh, when you watch the on air, yeah, it's like watching the radar. So this is what they call Paradise Valley. It's kind of a beautiful little place. If you look at the map, it is actually just south of Livingston. So Bozeman's here, Livingston, and then you go down here through Paradise Valley. And we're actually, oh, I guess KCOD is not West Yellowstone, that's Cody. They're calling it Yellowstone Regional. But then the alternative airport is Bighorn South, which is KGEY, which is here. So yeah, didn't fly where I thought I was flying to. So, but that's all right. This earns me an airplane, and that's what I want. So, it's well worth doing the tutorial, because then you get this Cessna airplane as part of your completing the tutorial. But those mountains are looking awfully high, aren't they? Alright, so let's do this. Let's 13,000. Oh. Alright, so there's two ways that you can go up in speed, or you can climb. One is this FLC, and the other is vertical speed. FLC you set your speed that you want. That's the max. Or that's the speed you want to set to climb to. So it's really close to 80, 77 knots. And then it'll climb at whatever rate it can and maintain that speed. So right now we're climbing at 250, I'm guessing meters per minute, 300 meters per minute, depending on as it gets closer to 80. Or you can do vertical. Oh, we're way off course too. For some reason, nav got turned off. So it's going to turn. So what it's doing is it's lining our little purple line up there.
Tango Uniform Tango Oscar contact Salt Lake Center on 132.4.
And we're getting closer to
Going
13,000.
to 132.4 Captain Tango Uniform Tango Oscar. Salt Lake Center and
Then
Captain
I'll
Tango
turn back as it
Uniform
gets
Tango
closer to the
Oscar,
center, trying to line that up
12,700
perfectly.
feet.
I don't know why our nav went
Captain
off.
Tango Uniform Tango Oscar Salt Lake Center continue as planned. Tango Oscar, contact Salt Lake approach on 119.55.
Going to 119.55, Captain Tango Uniform Tango Oscar. Salt Lake approach, Captain Tango Uniform Tango Oscar, 12,900 feet.
Captain
Alright.
Tango Uniform Tango Oscar.
Yeah, as
Salt
we
Lake
get
approach,
really close to
continue as
13.
planned. Altimeter 29.902. Captain Tango Uniform Tango Oscar, contact Salt Lake Center.
Yeah,
on
I think we're over
132.4.
most of the mountain ranges at 13.
Going to 132.4.
I've never
Captain
flown to
Tango
Cody
Uniform
before.
Tango Oscar.
So this will
Salt
be
Lake
an
Center,
interesting
Captain
flight.
Tango Uniform Tango Oscar,
That
13,000
we're
feet.
right there at 13,000 feet.
Captain Tango Uniform Tango Oscar, Salt Lake Center.
That's why we ran out of fuel. I think I had fuel to go to West Yellowstone.
American 2783, descend and maintain 10,000 feet. Descend and maintain 10,000
So are you back
feet,
to work,
American
Mahula?
2783.
I'm assuming the casinos are open, so you guys are back to work.
American 2783, descend and maintain 11,000 feet. Descend and maintain 11,000 feet, American 2783.
Cody, Wyoming. Still got a ways to go.
American 2783.
And I should come
descend
right out of the
and maintain
mountains and right down to
10,000 feet.
Cody. Now, one of the things I haven't looked at was how the airport's oriented for Cody.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet, American 2783.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
American 2783, descend and maintain 9,300 feet. Sierra Pacific 709er, descend and maintain 11,000
Well, it said
feet.
Cody was at. Cody is at
Descend and maintain
5,076.
9,300 feet, American 2783.
What's Cody?
American 2783, descend and maintain
KCOD.
10,000 feet.
I'm gonna Google this.
Descend and maintain 11,000 feet, Sierra Pacific 709er.
All right.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet, American 2783.
So it looks like it's just one airport. One runway, I mean, I'm sorry. It's a long runway.
American 2783, descend and maintain 11,000 feet. Descend and maintain 11,000 feet, American 2783. American 2783, descend and maintain 10,000 feet. Descend and maintain 10,000 feet, American 2783. American 2783, descend and maintain 9,400.
Yeah, we should be good. I'm looking at an actual flight map that shows
Delta
you
430, descend and maintain 10,000
coming in
feet.
at 13,000 feet at a 53-degree down angle, and then you get about 6,600, about 5 nautical miles out.
Descend and maintain
So I'm going to get
10,000 feet,
6,500,
Delta
60,
430.
6,000, 6,000, 7,000 feet when I hit 5 nautical miles from it. That's if I come in and land on runway, what would that be, 22. I could come around from the north and land on runway 14. It'd be a lot shallower.
Execute 382 descend and maintain 10,000 feet. Descend and maintain 10,000 feet, execute 382. Delta 430, you are 20,000 feet above your assigned altitude. Descend and maintain 10,000 feet.
Okay, so basically what you do is you come in and then you come in over this water turn
Descend
and then
maintain
land
10,000 feet, Delta 430.
this way. Or I can come in over here and then land. Either way, I think I'm designated for 22.
Execute 382, you are 14,500 feet above your assigned altitude. Descend and maintain 10,000 feet. Descend and maintain 10,000 feet, execute 382. United 153 for descend and maintain flight level 200.
There we go, KCOD. I'll just go ahead and select a runway. Yeah, we'll come into 22.
Kilo Charlie Oscar Delta Traffic Captain Tango Uniform Tango Oscar 73 miles northwest 13,000 feet inbound to land runway 22. Kilo Charlie Oscar Delta Traffic Captain Tango Uniform Tango Oscar 72 miles northwest 13,000 feet inbound to land runway 22.
See what the weather's like. Not let me tune to the automated weather. There it goes.
Observation 19000 Zulu. Wind 258 at 3. Visibility niner. Sky condition clear. Temperature 5C 2.13C. Altimeter 299 2.
Oh, there we go. Visibility 9 miles, clear conditions. 2992 altimeter. All right. Can't believe there's still snow up there, but we did get a storm that came in not too long ago. So it is a possibility. I think this is just a satellite image of it's always got snow up there. So yeah, this is, like I said, this is the exciting part about flying, is just sitting in here and taking up time. The on-air tracker seems to be doing all right. Yeah, tracking right where we're at. We're about halfway there now. And I'm hoping I don't have to fly back. I think it just starts me in West Yellowstone. Or Three Forks. It's still got 30% fuel. Don't remember exactly what we started with. But we're about halfway through the trip. I think it's time for a few snacks. You gotta have snacks when you're flying, you know, so have a few Ruffles potato chips, because that's like the perfect in-flight snack. You got your altitude changes, and you gotta, you know, clear all that. So now, landing up here, if I ran out of fuel, might be a little trickier. These look pretty steep. I don't think this is the valley. I think this just happens to be, yeah, this is that valley that opens up right before coming down in some of the offshoots. Getting closer, like I said, we're about halfway there. Come in for a landing in Cody, Wyoming. Then I'll get my plane. Then from there, I'll do a series of smaller missions. I want to do missions that are less than 50 nautical miles from my airport, which are very familiar airports in my area. This one's probably the furthest. But if I hadn't have flown halfway there and ran out of gas, we'd have been there by now. Alright, let's just take a look at some of the instrumentation. So I'm using, what is that, about 9 gallons per minute, or gallons per hour of fuel. And I have about 9. So I got about another hour's worth of flight time. Oil pressure looks good. Oil temperature is good. We're about 2,500 RPMs, which is the high side of normal, but it's normal. Got all the lights. Oh, let's see. I don't need my landing lights on, so let's turn those off. Pilot heat. Cabin power. There's your starter. This is throttle control and mixture. So I'm running about 65% right now. cabin heat. That's flaps. I was wondering where the flaps were at in this. Couldn't see them behind the steering wheel. Altitude indicator calibration. So this should be flying over, you know, more or less. Well, no, West Yellowstone will be further south. But it is kind of birdy. Alright, so for anybody who's just joining, we are on our way doing the tutorial carrying some cargo. This is the OnAir Company Manager. This is a separate program that you run while you're flying. It tracks your what you're doing in the simulator, in the flight simulator, real time. And my job was to deliver this tutorial cargo, 105 pounds, from my airport, which is in Three Forks, Montana, down to Cody, Wyoming. And I'm a little over, right about 2/3 of the way there. I was just starting off. I got about a quarter of the way in and ran out of fuel. I don't know why. One of those things pilots should check for. And that's basically it. So what we're doing is, this is a tutorial run. You fly down to Cody. Once you land, shut off your engine, then it logs you as complete, logs you as cargo delivered, and then you get $7,500. It looks like gold coins is what they're showing you. But $7,500, and you get this airplane in your fleet of planes, which consists of none right now. So that's why I'm doing this tutorial. You don't have to do the tutorial. I think you start off with $70,000 and you can go buy a X-Cub or one of the cheaper Cessnas and deliver cargo and build it up. This does have, and I'll get more into that next episode, but it does have where you have to hire mechanics, flight attendants, depending on what kind of planes you get, co-pilots, second pilots, and you got to pay them wages and salaries and all that kind of stuff. They get bonuses for delivering packages on time. You can set up a virtual airport where they will go out and fly their missions and make money for you, or you can have real pilots join your airport, your airways, your company, which I'm hoping Bob and Mahulu will both join, and maybe Jerry, maybe even Zan if he gets the game, and become pilots in Adonis Airways, and they can stream it, make this money, and learn how to fly in Montana. So right now we're passing over some beautiful mountain ranges. I mean, holy crap, look at that one. That one looks like straight up, straight down. Now, I've said this before, but Microsoft Flight Simulator actually takes your satellite photographs that all these places, Bing and all these ones have done, and creates all this beautiful landscape for us. And we get to fly in it. So Microsoft Flight Simulator is pretty much straight an actual airplane simulator. I mean, this is what you do. You set your autopilot, and then you've got your initial takeoff. You set your autopilot, you fly to where you're going. Then you got your 10 minutes of terror as you come in for a landing. Then once you've landed, you breathe easy and figure out where you want to go next. So we are roughly two-thirds to three-quarter of the way there. We're coming into this little valley here, and that'll open up even more into Cody. We'll land at Cody, Wyoming. Cody's actually, the town of Cody is right here, and the airport right below it. I don't know if anybody's ever been to Cody. My objective is I need to come over. Once I get closer, I'll come around this way and then come into land, because the airport runs this way. So we're getting there. Still got a little bit of time. So I sit back and eat some Ruffles potato chips, drink a Mountain Dew, wait for the plane to get there, and enjoy the scenery. Like there's a lake down there, a couple of them, a few of them. I know once you get beyond Cody, that's where it gets really flat, because Wyoming's not very mountainous. The one side is kind of like Montana. So this would be a fun little plane to fly and have in my arsenal. I know Jerry will probably pick one of his diamonds to be flying. I seriously want to buy the Icon A5. Doesn't have a lot of cargo space though, so I'm not quite sure how much money I can make with it. I don't know if you were around for it, Bob, but I had to abandon the first flight. I ran out of fuel. Yeah. Not the greatest start to a career mode. Now I do have this set to survival mode, so all it takes is for me to crash, and then I'm done. I think that's a really cool feature. It's like an Iron Man feature. Real life. So this is showing we're getting closer. So we'll get past these mountains up here, and then come on down into Cody. That'll be fun. Probably take over when I get closer and drop altitude myself rather than having the computer do it. I mean, I could do it with the autopilot. I want to make sure I'm clear of the mountains before I start dropping altitude. I don't know any of these mountain heights. When you look on the inside, well, there's the airport. You can see those little red markers. That's how it wants you to come in for the landing. But as you look at this diagram of the map here, it gives you some indication on mountain heights. It's not, I mean, unless Jerry's is different, his isn't. He's got a G1000 like this, and it's not. And it shows red, like red peaks, if you're below the peak of the mountain. So you can see as you're flying, you know, where your elevation's at compared to the mountains that are around you. So, but I have these guides turned on. That's what those markers are in the sky there. You're supposed to like get in it and then fly in between them, and that'll take you right down to the airport. For a landing, I think I'm gonna go in 22. That's what I told him. Runway 22. Now if I go runway 4, I wonder. Didn't announce it, so I'm going to change it to 4 and see what it says, see if it changes my markers. And it's not announcing, so I'm not quite sure. Let's announce position.
Kilo Charlie Oscar Delta Traffic Captain Tango Uniform Tango Oscar Tree 1 mile northwest 13,000 feet inbound to land runway 4.
Didn't change my markers any though. All right, well, I don't know. We're getting closer. Now you see why I want to do these on smaller runs. These 120 nautical mile runs, yeah, it's a little boring. What was it? 100 and where was that? That it said how far it was. Right here, 135 nautical miles from where I left to take the cargo to. So I'm going to stay under 50 is, you know, right where I want to go with it. Those are shorter runs when they're under 50. But I thought this was a really cool idea. I saw one guy talking about it, and it was a year-old video. And I haven't seen anybody doing career modes Searched all over YouTube for them, and there's a couple of different programs. This one, from what I researched, was the most stable, called OnAir Manager. You get a 7-week trial, and then you have to pay for it monthly. And it's over in Europe, so it's in euros. So it's like $9 a month, €9, which is what, like $8 or $10. I don't remember if it's in euros more or less than American dollar. But the longer you buy, up to a year, the cheaper it gets. And it's like, if you buy 12 months worth, it's like $3.50 a month. So it's totally affordable. Something that, provided this is cool and everybody's watching these and the career mode kind of takes off as a video series, then I'll pay for 6 or 12 months. But I think anybody who joins, like if you guys want to be a pilot under Adonis Airways, you'd have to, I'm guessing, you have to at least join and have an account, so I can see you're a pilot. But I don't know if everybody has to purchase the program. I would think so, because it's not, my computer's not going to track your flight on your computer. You have to have it. But I bet you could log in, because I know I can send you a pilot request and put you and hire you as a pilot and so on and so forth. I don't know if it actually hires or if you just get an interest or stake in the company. I'll go more into that when you guys get closer and want to actually join in, if you do. So it looks like we kind of mellowed out of the mountains now, coming out of those, which is very pretty. Coming down into the flatlands there. So I think what I'll do is runway 3 should be on the left-hand side there, because there's 3 and 22. 22 should be on the right-hand side. 3 should be on the left. So I'll just go to the left and land on 3. I'm assuming that's the way it works. I got to ask Jerry one of these days. Is if I ask for one runway, what runway was it? Runway 4. So it was 4 and 22. So those are the compass directions. So 4 is going to be 40 degrees and 22 is 220 degrees. So it runs like this across the compass. If you land on runway 4, are you landing on the 4 or are you landing on 22 towards the 4? See, I don't know. I never really asked him about that. Don't really know. But I'm going to come up and land on the 4 and then go towards the 22. If that's wrong, oh well. I'll find out and then I'll correct it the next time. I just keep forgetting to ask him. So we don't need that map anymore. We see where we're coming in at. I don't have far to go down. It's at 5,000 feet is where the airport's at. So I'm going to guess here in a little bit I'll take over and go to the left a little bit, drop down to about 8,000. So I'm a couple of thousand feet off the runway. And I'll head to the left side there. Right now we'll just come straight at it, because that's what you want to do. So then once I come to a full dead stop landing, I have to shut the motor off, and then that logs my time. And then I'll probably go grab something to eat while my daughter uses my computer to do her schoolwork, because she's doing the online virtual school. seems to be enjoying it. She's getting her work done anyway. She takes a long lunch break though. I don't think she gets that in school. I think that's her dad's fault. Because he needed a stream. So I appreciate you guys sticking with me and watching how boring this can be. I thought about just recording it and then just recording the takeoff and landing. But then you'd miss all that scenery and you would have missed the out of fuel quarter of the way there and having a dead stick land somewhere in the mountains. And then how the hell do you get it out of there? We didn't have to do that. Okay, we're going to announce. We're not even 5 miles there yet.
Traffic, Captain Tango, Uniform Tango, Oscar, 12 miles northwest, 13,000 feet inbound to land, runway 4.
Once it's 5 miles, I can see the airport marker. Alright, I think I'm just going to have autopilot drop us to 10,000 or 8,000. So let's do altitude. Do a 300 feet per minute drop to 8,000. I don't want to over-rev the engine. I might go a little more than that. There we go. Now we're just sitting at 500 feet per minute. Watch our airspeed here. Don't want it to go too much higher. Yeah, I think I'll just take over now. One more time.
Kilo Charlie Oscar Delta Traffic, Captain Tango, Uniform Tango Oscar, 6 miles northwest, 12,000 feet inbound to land, runway 4.
6 miles out. All right, there we go. out a little more. I see the runway right there. It's a pretty nice long runway, so we'll come out over Cody and then come in a nice big circle as we drift down here. What a gorgeous day for flying. Alright, this is going to come into Cody, Wyoming from Three Forks, Montana. And, oh, guess I better turn on my landing lights. And I don't need taxi lights yet because we're not taxiing. See, is there a checklist? For landing? Alright. Descent checklist. Yeah. Flaps is desired. Okay. At 8,000. Start making a turn. Give it a notch of flaps. That'll slow me down. Notch of flaps. Slow me down even more. Let's go ahead and announce.
Kilo Charlie Oscar Delta traffic, Captain Tango Uniform Tango Oscar is on final runway 4 to land.
Go to full landing flaps.
Wind calm. Landing time logged. Landed at Kilo Charlie Oscar Delta, Yellowstone RGNL.
Kilo Charlie Oscar Delta traffic, Captain Tango Uniform Tango Oscar is clear of the runway.
We're going to make this just like a normal, like right down to general aviation parking. We got to deliver the cargo, so guessing one of you guys. Looks like you're guiding me in there. There we go. All right, now I just got to shut the engine off.
Engine off time logged. End of flight, registered in OnAir Company.
There we go. All right, so I get a couple of little email pop-up. Oh yeah, I know. Silence the caution. Let's go ahead and there is Master Avionics. Avionics. There we go. And we should be shut down and good to go. All right, let's see what our program says. All right. Comfort bonus obtained 5%. Nice. Safety bonus, didn't get one. Aircraft handling bonus, didn't get one. Engine on, I had 3 stalls. That's why. Those were deductions. Ouch. All right, and we made it. And we achieved. There we go. So now it, I guess it does show me at Cody. That can't be accessed. Dashboard. Okay, so what am I supposed to do? I thought I completed goods transported. Yep, I got that email. Flight registered there. Okay. Pending jobs, none. All right, well, until I figure out how to get out of the tutorial here, I think we'll just call this a stream. So thanks everybody for watching, and we'll stream this again once I figure out what I'm doing. See you guys.